Square Scrub presents how to polish marble and terrazzo with the all-new EBG-20C stone machine and diamond polishing system. First, a stone machine will be needed, outfitted with 6 full-plate weights. You will also need several towels, a bucket on a stick with extra mop heads, a pail of marble paste with a plastic spoon, and a wet vac with a good working squeegee. You will also need 4 diamond bars per grit for each step you plan to use, white driver pads and white polishing pads. Assemble all of these items at your work area prior to starting. A quick reference on telling the difference between marble and granite. In general, marble has veins or streaks running through it, like in this example on the left. Granite has more dots or grains in it, like the example on the right. Make certain the surface is completely free of topical coatings and mop-on finish. If these exist, you must use chemicals to strip off the finish or this system will not work. With the machine unplugged, tilt the Square Scrub back on the handle and place a white driver pad on the grip face. Next, select the appropriate diamond you plan to use first and place them as shown here. Align 2 diamond bars on the front edge of the machine as shown here, making sure the wide black bands are facing toward the center of the machine. Repeat this process for the 2 at the back of the pad. If using a set of diamonds for the very first time, they must be broken in before they can be used effectively. Start with the 50 grit diamonds fitted to the machine and make 7 to 9 passes in an area you plan to polish. When new, the colored resin on the diamond bars appear glossy. You know they are broken in when that gloss turns dull. Do this for each grit you plan on using. Begin with the 50 grit diamonds for the 5-cut method, 120 grit if using the 2-cut method, or the OCP for the 1-cut method. Dispense water onto the surface directly in front of the machine and begin moving at a slow to moderate pace. Make 3 to 4 passes before moving to the next area. 1 pass is the equivalent of moving north and south. It may be best to work in grids of 4 feet by 4 feet or 5 feet by 5 feet. Continue dispensing water in the area to maintain a thin slurry with the consistency of a thin milkshake. Once you've completed this area, use the wet vac to remove the slurry and residue. Thoroughly rinse that area with the bucket on a stick, wet vac again, then repeat as necessary until you can run a finger across the area without getting any residue. It is extremely important to get all of the liquid and residue up before proceeding to the next grit of your diamonds. Repeat this process for each additional grit used. After the 800 grit or OCP grit if using the 2-cut or 1-cut method, get a plastic spoon and liberally spread marble paste on a white driver pad as shown here. This pad is thin and dense. Once the surface is covered, set the pad on the floor, paste side down, and set the machine on top of the pad. Add water to maintain a thin slurry with this, adding additional paste and water as necessary. Do a minimum of 3 to 4 passes in both north-south and east-west directions. You can also go diagonally with the marble paste as well. When you've covered the entire surface with paste, rinse and wet vac to remove any paste residue, and you're done. The results speak for themselves. Square Scrub's marble polishing system can help make your floors look like this too. Tips and tricks for Square Scrub's marble polishing program. Square Scrub diamonds feature a pull tab area that allows for quick release of the diamonds from the driver pad. These tabs also have holes that allow the user to hang the diamonds up to dry after rinsing them off. Beware of uneven tiles, known in the industry as lippage, as seen here. A hand grinder may be needed to remove lippage from the floor. Failure to remove lippage can damage the diamonds, as seen here in this example. Diamonds do eventually wear down, as seen in this photo. While you should expect a lot of square footage from these diamonds, you will need to check them periodically for wear.